my friends, welcome to a review of the Zhiyun Smooth Q Gimbal. Alright, I had some time to play with this, maybe 24 hours to play with this so far, and I am liking what I am seeing. There are a lot of reviews out there of this particular gimbal. Wasn't sure I was going to buy it right now because the DJI announced at CES just recently the Osmo Mobile 2, which kind of matches this almost to a T. A little bit longer battery life, same features, zoom, ability to charge your phone if needed. Same type of setup. Their price $129, so it just undercuts this one about 10 bucks. But I think what you're going to benefit if you wait around for the DJI is the app and the DJI software that comes with that. I'm sure it's going to be a lot better software than what this company can provide. But when it comes to the form factor and how it works, it'll be interesting how these two match up. But for now, let's talk about GoPro Hero 6 and the Smooth Q. So there are a lot of reviews out there online I saw of how people can set this thing up with their Smooth Q. One girl, she used a bottle cap to squeeze in here with just the Hero 6, which worked out fine for her, and I tried it too, and it worked out great. But and then other folks use the device or contraption you can buy for about 10 bucks online to put it in to match a phone size, which puts the GoPro on the side about right here, so you can access the back screen. But I think some say it's a little too heavy for the Smooth Q. So instead of going through all that trouble and buying stuff, why don't we just put the case that the GoPro comes in on, and this move in your, you see it? All right, move in your GoPro right here, where it's thick enough where it can clamp down, and it stabilizes it pretty well. And voila. We can pan up and down, left, right, and your 1, 2, 3. 1. It's for your selfie mode, which now you can use it to pan down. The best way to use it for the GoPro. Let's talk about iOS image stabilization that comes along with the GoPro Hero 6 and the image stabilization like on your iPhone with gimbals. Alright, sorry about that. So I want to talk about the image stabilization inside the GoPro Hero 6, working with the stabilization that the gimbal provides, and whether that either counteracts each other or you get the jumpiness you can get from the iPhone that people have seen. So after testing it, I don't see a big difference between using with or without stabilization within the GoPro Hero 6 and the gimbal. What I did notice is how well the GoPro Hero 6 on its own does image stabilization. Very impressed with that, and I'll put up a video comparing the gimbal along next to the GoPro alone and see if you can tell the difference between which one has the gimbal and which one is just the GoPro by itself. So I'm going to show you some videos on how I tested this. I tested it with the GoPro by itself on the selfie stick, GoPro by itself on a selfie stick with the image stabilization turned on at 2.7K and also at 2.7K 4.3 at 60 frames per second, and then went to 4K at 30, which does have the image stabilization, but at 4K 60 for the GoPro Hero 6 it automatically shuts it off, and we'll see what that looks like also with the gimbal. Alright guys, for my first stabilization test we're going to try out just the selfie pole. Can you see it? I'm going to walk down the street. I'm at 2.7K 60 frames per second in linear mode with the stabilization on the GoPro on. Let's give it a shot. 0.7K 60 frames per second linear mode, stabilization on, GoPro Hero 6. Selfie stick. We'll do two-handed, walking at an average pace. A little windy today. Doing the 2.7, 4.3, 60 frames per second linear mode, which makes the stabilization on the GoPro Hero 6 turn off. Selfie stick. Handheld, one-handed. Okay. I saw a little bit of the footage, and it looks like this might be the way to go. Turn off the stabilization of the Hero 6 and let the Zoom Q do its job. Whew, windy. All right. Do a little jog. And do some dynamic turns. Whoa! All right, one more time with 4K 60. .4K 60 running. All right. 4K 30 frames per second. Alright guys, there you have it. Let me know in the comments below about what you think. I didn't see too much difference between the stabilization turned on or turned off with the Smooth Q. But I did, I did see that the GoPro Hero 6 alone, with its stabilization it has it built inside, does a fantastic job by itself. It's almost hard to tell the difference between the gimbal and then the GoPro Hero 6 by itself, which says something. Regards to this Smooth Q, I do like this very much. I like how it's built. I love all the features that are on it. I love that you can charge your phone if you need to. I've been playing with the apps inside. So at the end of this video, I'll show you a quick time lapse where you can set waypoints along the way, just as you can now in DJI. What I do like about using the GoPro with the gimbal is the GoPro has a couple good features by itself that allow you to work with this gimbal. Voice recognition, so you can tell the GoPro to turn on, turn off, start recording, stop recording. That way you don't have to fumble with the buttons behind. GoPro take a picture, or GoPro stop record or start recording. So you have that benefit there with the voice recognition. You also can break out your phone while this thing is on the gimbal and use your phone as your viewfinder and to change any settings you want to change. So versus having to take the GoPro off of the gimbal then put it back on to reset your frame rate, you could use your phone. A lot of folks have taken the back off here and removed that and to add their own L-shaped contraption to put a bracket on there for the Sony RX100. That I'm very interested in, to put the RX100 Mark V on here and see how that does. Doesn't look too complicated. You got to pretty much peel back this pad back here to get to the screw, unscrew them off, take off this thing off, and then come up with an L bracket to put to the back and then for the camera to sit on. And then to find some weights to put it back here to counter the weight, so you can basically balance the gimbal so it's not too far forward. It pulls back on it some so the motors aren't straining to keep it up. Let me know what the comments you think. Please like or subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It keeps me going to do some of these reviews. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.